Good day, future nurses. Welcome to our discussion on first aid for snake bites based on the World Health Organization or WHO guidelines. Today, we will learn the correct evidence-based management of snake bite emergencies. As future registered nurses, it is very important that you know not only what to do but also why you are doing it. Remember, in emergency situations, the correct first aid can save a patient's life, while incorrect practices can make the condition even worse. So, maraming marami pa rin tayong naririnig na traditional beliefs traditional beliefs tungkol sa snake bites, such as yung mga paghiwa ng sugat, pagsipsip ng lason, o paglalagay ng tourniquet. However, according to the WHO, these practices are not recommended kasi they can cause more harm than good. Kaya sa lecture na ito, we will focus on the latest scientific recommendations that every healthcare professional should know. Okay? So, by the end of this lecture, you should be able to differentiate between venomous and non-venomous snake bites, explain the effects of different snake venoms on the human body, and of course, demonstrate the proper WHO recommended first aid for snake bites, explain the importance of early hospital management and anti-venom therapy, and educate patients and communities on the prevention and proper management of snake bites. So, without further ado, let's begin our discussion. Okay, so snake bites are a serious global health issue, particularly in rural and tropical regions. WHO classifies snake bite and venoming as neglected tropical disease. So each year, millions are bitten, and without proper first aid and rapid medical treatment, many suffer disability or death. Okay? So, snake bites class remain a major public health problem around the world, especially in countries with tropical climates. Dito sa Pilipinas, ganon. So, many people who work in farms, forests, mountains, and rural communities are at greater risk kasi nga these areas are the natural habitat of snakes. So according to the WHO, snake bite and venoming is considered a neglected tropical disease or yung tinatawag nating NTD. Kasi although it affects millions of people every year, it often receives less attention compared with other diseases. So the term envenoming refers to the condition wherein a snake injects venom into the body through its fangs. Okay? Yung mga pangil. So, hindi lahat ng snake bites ay may kasamang venom. Ngunit, kapag venomous ang kagat, maaari itong magdulot ng severe complications such as yung paralysis, uncontrolled bleeding, tissue destruction, organ failure, at maging kamatayan kung hindi agad maagapan. So as future nurses class, it is important to understand that the patient's outcome greatly depends on the first few minutes after the bite. So ang tamang first aid ay agarang nagpapadala ng pasyente or pagpapadala ng pasyente sa ospital ay maaaring makapagligtas ng buhay. Kaya bilang healthcare professionals, responsibility natin na iwasan ang myths at sundin ang evidence-based guidelines ng WHO. So may mga types of snake bites tayo. Venomous bites. Itong venomous bites na to caused by snakes with venom potent enough to harm humans. So, yon. Yung venomous snake class, snake bite, occurs when a snake injects venom into the victim through its specialized fangs. Okay? So, venom is a complex mixture of proteins, enzymes, and toxins designed to immobilize or kill prey. So, kapag na-inject ang venom sa tao, maaari nitong maapektuhan ang iba't ibang organs at body systems depende sa uri ng venom. So, hindi lahat ng venomous bites ay pareho. Ang epekto ng venom ay nakadepende sa species ng ahas. Okay, dami ng venom na nai-inject or lokasyon ng kagat at kondisyon ng pasyente. So, some bites may produce only mild symptoms while others can rapidly become life-threatening. Okay? So, kapag sinabi nating neurotoxins class, okay, ito yung mga toxins that attack the nervous system. Okay? Ina-attack niya yung nervous system natin. Particularly, the communication between the nerves and muscles. Normally, the brain sends electrical signals through the nerves to control muscle movement. So, neurotoxins block these signals, causing the muscles to stop functioning properly. So the earliest symptoms usually include drooping eyelids or yung ptosis, blurred or double vision, and of course difficulty speaking, difficulty swallowing, and progressive muscle weakness. Okay? So kapag lumala ang condition class, maaaring maapektuhan ang respiratory muscles o ang mga kalamnan na ginagamit sa paghinga. Once this happens, the patient may develop respiratory failure and could die without immediate medical intervention or mechanical ventilation. Examples of snakes with neurotoxic venom include yung mga cobra, yung mga kraits, mga coral snake, and mambas. Okay? And the hemotoxins. Kapag sinabi nating hemotoxins, damage blood vessels and prevent clotting. So, hemotoxins primarily affect the blood and circulatory system. I repeat, hemotoxins primarily affect the blood and circulatory system. So, ito yung mga toxins naman na nagda-damage ng blood vessel walls and interfere with the body's normal clotting mechanisms. So instead of forming clots to stop bleeding, the blood becomes unable to clot properly. Okay, so patients may experience spontaneous bleeding from the gums, nose, bite, site, or sa urinary tract. Okay, so bruising can occur easily and severe internal bleeding may develop without obvious external signs. Sa severe cases class, ang pasyente ay maaaring magkaroon ng hemorrhagic shock dahil sa sobrang pagkawala ng dugo. For example, include many vipers such as yung pit vipers and Russell's vipers. That is our hemotoxins. Lastly, the cytotoxins. Ito naman yung mga toxins that directly destroy body cells and tissues at the site of the bite. Okay, I repeat, yung cytotoxins, ito yung mga toxins that directly destroy body cells and tissues at the site of the bite. So, these toxins class cause severe pain, swelling, blister formation, and even the progressive tissue death known as necrosis. So, as the venom spreads through the surrounding tissues, sa muscles, skin, and blood vessels become damaged. Kung hindi agad magagamot, maaaring magkaroon ng permanent disability and severe infection o kailangan pang putulan ng bahagi ng katawan dahil sa lawak ng tissue destruction. Examples include many cobra species and some vipers. Okay? Yun yung mga tatlong types natin of venom: neurotoxins, hemotoxins, and cytotoxins. Okay? So, recognizing the effects of venom helps healthcare providers determine the severity of envenoming and prioritize emergency treatment. So, different venom types require close monitoring because each affects different body systems. Okay? Yung mga cobra natin, krait, viper, and yung mga mamba. Okay? So, sa non-venomous bites naman tayo. So, do not inject harmful but can cause wound swelling and infection. Okay. So, a non-venomous snake class is non-venomous snake bite does not inject toxic venom into the body. However, this does not mean the bite should be ignored. Okay? So, the bite still causes a break in the skin. So, allowing bacteria from the snake's mouth and the environment to enter the wound. So, patients may develop localized pain, yeah, swelling, redness, and infection if the wound is not properly cleaned and treated. So, sa madaling salita, class, kahit walang venom ang ahas, kailangan pa ring dalhin ang pasyente sa healthcare facility para sa wound assessment and tetanus prophylaxis if indicated. At wound or proper wound management. Okay? Example, yung mga non-venomous natin na snake, we have python, mga ganon, yung sa rat snake or yung sa king snake. Or sa king snake, I should say. Okay? So, yon. So, for the immediate first aid response, according to WHO recommendations, ensure safety, move away from the snake. So, the very first priority is ensuring the safety of both the patient and the rescuer. So, the snake may still be nearby and capable of striking again. So, never ever attempt to catch, to kill, or provoke the snake kasi nga, this increases the risk of additional bites. Kung ligtas na ang lugar, saka lamang lapitan at tulungan ang pasyente. Number 2 or step 2, keep the patient calm. So, talk reassuringly and discourage movement. So, fear and panic naturally occur after a snake bite. So, however, panic increases the heart rate and circulation. So, allowing venom to spread more rapidly throughout the body. So, reassure the patient by speaking calmly and confidently. So, sabihin sa pasyente na tutulungan siya at dalhin agad sa hospital. So, limit unnecessary movement kasi muscle contractions also promote venom spread through the lymphatic system. Next, step 3, remove constricting items. So, remove rings, bracelet, watches, and tight clothing. So, snake bites commonly cause rapid swelling around the affected limb. So, jewelry and tight clothing can become trapped as swelling progresses, restricting blood circulation, and causing additional tissue injury. So, kaya dapat agad itong alisin bago pa lumala ang pamamaga. Okay? Next, step 4. Immobilize the limb. So, use a splint or sling and keep the limb at heart level. So, immobilization is one of the most important first aid intervention class. So, by keeping the affected limb still, muscle constructions are minimized. So, slowing the movement of venom through the lymphatic vessels. So, use a splint or sling if available. So, the limb should remain and approximately heart level, not elevated too high or hanging too low. So, habang hinihintay ang transport papuntang ospital, iwasan ang paglalakad ng pasyente kung maaari. Okay, step 5, pressure immobilization if indicated. So, firm bandaging for neurotoxic bites only if trained. So, pressure immobilization class is recommended only for selected neurotoxic snake bites and should only be performed by individuals trained in the technique. So, a firm elastic bandage is applied over the entire bitten limb without completely stopping blood circulation. So, ang layunin nito ay pabagalin ang paggalaw ng venom sa lymphatic system habang nananatiling normal ang daloy ng dugo. So, incorrect application may cause complication. Next, step 6, avoid harmful methods. No tourniquet, no cutting or sucking, no ice or chemicals. Okay? So, many traditional practices remain common, but these are not recommended by the WHO. So, tourniquets may completely block blood flow, resulting in ischemia, nerve injury, pwedeng gangrene din, and even amputation. So, cutting the wound or sucking out venom does not remove significant amounts of venom and only increases the risk of infection and additional tissue damage. So, applying ice or chemicals can worsen, I should say, tissue injury kasi nga, it reduces the blood flow, further damages already affected tissues. So, bilang future nurses, dapat nating itama ang maling paniniwala ng komunidad at ituro ang tamang first aid. For step 7, monitor vital signs. Okay, so monitor breathing, consciousness, and pulse, mga ganon. So, continuous assessment is essential while transporting the patient to the hospital class. So, you need to observe for changes in respiratory rate, yung pulse niya, yung blood pressure, yung sa oxygenation, and level of consciousness. So, neurotoxic envenoming may suddenly cause respiratory paralysis, while hemotoxic bites may lead to shock from severe bleeding. So, early recognition allows prompt life-saving intervention such as yung oxygen therapy, airway management, and rapid transport. Okay, yan yung mga steps natin. For the hospital management and anti-venom. Okay, sa anti-venom, only proven treatment to neutralize venom. So, the anti-venom class is the only specific treatment capable of neutralizing snake venom already circulating in the body. So, it contains antibodies that bind to venom toxins and prevent further damage. However, anti-venom cannot reverse tissue damage that has already occurred. Okay? So, which is why early administration is very important. So, hindi lahat ng snake bite ay nangangailangan ng anti-venom. So, ito ay ibinibigay lamang kapag may malinaw na senyales or signs ng envenoming. Okay? So, when to give anti-venom? So, clear signs of envenoming such as bleeding, paralysis, shock, or progressive swelling. So, healthcare providers administer anti-venom only when clinical evidence shows significant venom effects. So, signs included or I should say, spontaneous bleeding, progressive swelling, and difficulty breathing, muscle weakness, paralysis, shock, or abnormal blood clotting tests. So, this approach class prevents unnecessary exposure to allergic reactions kasi anti-venom itself may cause hypersensitivity or anaphylaxis. Kaya, mahalagang maingat ang assessment bago ito ibigay. Okay, for the supportive care naman, oxygen, IV fluid, pain management, and wound care. So, while anti-venom neutralizes the venom, supportive care helps maintain the patient's vital functions. Yung oxygen supports breathing, IV fluids help maintain blood pressure and circulation, pain medications improve comfort, and proper wound care reduces infection risk. So, some patients may require mechanical ventilation, blood transfusion, dialysis, or surgery depending on the severity of envenoming. So, ang supportive care ay kasing halaga ng anti-venom upang mapanatiling stable ang pasyente habang nagpapagaling. Okay. So, WHO key messages: stay calm and still, immobilize the limb, avoid harmful practices, seek hospital care immediately. So, the WHO emphasizes 4 life-saving principles. First, remain calm because panic accelerates venom spread. Second, immobilize the beaten limb to reduce lymphatic flow. Third, avoid dangerous traditional treatments that can worsen injuries. And finally, transport the patient immediately to the nearest hospital where trained healthcare providers can assess the need for anti-venom and provide advanced medical care. So, tandaan ninyo, future nurses, the goal of first aid is not to cure the patient but to prevent the condition from worsening until definitive treatment is available. Okay? So, as future nurses, your goal extends beyond providing emergency care. You are also educators and advocates in the community. So, by teaching the public about snake bite prevention, recognizing danger signs, and performing correct first aid, you help reduce preventable deaths and disabilities. So, tandaan ninyo class, knowledge saves lives. So, every correct action you perform during the first few minutes after a snake bite can make the difference between full recovery and lifelong complications. Okay? So, thank you so much and stay safe everyone.